guys, this is Leroy at Mills Realty and Gabrielle from Devon Bank. Some of you know me and Gabrielle have been doing deals for a while, and Gabrielle is one of my lenders at Devon Bank. I use Devon Bank because Devon Bank has provided me with many, many different tools. But during this COVID-19, I wanted to bring Gabrielle on and let them know and let you guys know what Devon Bank is doing differently and how we can help. How Devon Bank can help you guys get a mortgage. So, Gabriela, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. I wanted to let everybody know who you are and what you're doing, what we'll talk about today.
My name is Gabby Roman. I am a CRE loan officer at Devon Bank, and we're also called the dynamic duo, right?
We are called the dynamic duo. Yes, we are.
I want to think that.
That's because we get stuff done. Okay.
Yes, and I'm also the business development person at Devon Bank.
And, all right, so Gabby, what I want to dive into is the change that's been going on during this COVID-19. How you guys are helping your clients and how you are working towards making it easier, a better transition for people to get mortgages. So tell me how you guys have changed your operation. I know we at Mills Realty, we have totally changed our operation in how we show property, how we deal with clients. How have you guys changed?
Yes. So in the retail side, we are still open. We are still conducting business. The only difference is that if we're opening an account for someone, they have to have an appointment. But the drive-through is open, the walk-up is open, and it's just, for everyone's safety. But we are conducting business. The offices are open, and their customers can come in still if they have an appointment between 10 and 12. We are helping them to cash their check, also their stimulus check. Even if they're not customers of Devon Bank, we're allowing them to cash their checks. And the same thing, they just have to have an appointment, or they can come to the walk-up or the drive-through and get more information from that. That's from the retail side. We were also participants, but I think that money ran out already of that PPP program. The same thing, even if you were not a customer of the bank, we will still help you to submit your application. I know, I wish we would have done this before. I think we were both just really busy trying to follow, the new guidelines and then just adjusting to changes. And when it comes to the lending side, we are fortunate to still be able to work from home. We were prepared to work from home. So the whole lending department is still active. We're still working.
This is not new to you guys.
It's correct. And it's not that we were preparing for something like this. It was just the fact that we were prepared to work from home. So we were fortunate to be able to do this. So our whole department is still running the same way. We're still originating. The good thing is that we have our processing department local. So even though, we're all working from home, we're still making things happen. Yes, we are. And actually, because of the size of the volume and all the applications coming in for refinances, now that rates are so low, we are so busy with that. So, but yes, I mean, our processors are still working. Our underwriting department is so busy too, But some of the things that have changed is the way that we were able to, oh, sorry, 1 second.
Go ahead. I think we can
let me see.
Yeah,
okay, I'm there.
Go ahead.
So the way we're live.
You're live. Go ahead.
So, some of the things that have changed is maybe I'm not able to meet customers face to face. They can come in to drop off their documents, but I'm still able to take applications over the phone. I'm still able to help the customers to take their applications, online, send them the links, quote them rates. So, everybody is still, and I haven't been able to, attend the closings either that's been happening. That's something that I really miss. Attending.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I have to be able to
going.
That.
Yeah.
They just send the checks, right? They send the checks out. It's like, okay, you can't come in. But yeah.
but and I know that some customers prefer that. They prefer to, they say, you know what, I'm not, so maybe they just don't want to go online, right? And they prefer to talk to me over the phone. And that I want to make sure that I let people know, take advantage of this time and let them know that, it always works for me. It works best an email right now because that's how busy we are. But just give me a day and time that works best, and I will try my best to get back to you and schedule a time so we can talk over the phone and answer any questions. But other than that, I mean, to drop off their documents, they can still go to any of our locations, drop off their documents. We can
I
still
think that's a
scan them.
beautiful thing about that because you guys are a local bank, and
Yeah.
so some people is not really great at emails and great at this Zoom and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that you guys are right here, you can say, okay, you're coming to the bank, drop it off, I'll pick it up, but you're just not meeting them like face to face like you used to, correct? You're just not kind of
Correct.
you're just not
Correct.
involved with I mean, it's a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, but there's
Right.
work done, and they have that still have that local connection. If they need to run to the bank to drop off their W-2s, like
Right.
you can still do that, which is great. It's great
Mm-hmm.
that sense of community as Devon Bank community bank, right?
Yes, yes. And something that I want to share with you too is, and I don't know if you've heard, like many of the investors, there's still FHA out there. We unfortunately don't have it right at this moment.
And you don't have the FHA product?
We don't have the FHA product right now. No.
Why is that?
And that just stopped like 2 weeks ago. Well, we do sell to, we do sell to a second market. And so we abide by those guidelines. And there was a lot of basically overlays where the requirements, we were okay with a 620, we were okay with a 600 credit score, but those guidelines changed for those investors. So then we have to change that. And then they just simply stopped offering the FHA products right now.
Okay, so let's kind of break it down a little bit. So you said you were offered, you had a 620 credit score to one. I mean, you're required a 620 credit score, correct, for the investor? You said the FHA guidelines has changed
for those investors.
For those investors. So I mean, you can still get FHA, but just not for the investors. You guys had the guidelines changed to what?
Their guidelines, I think, is like 660.
660 for FHA. But just so we're clear from other banks, you can still do a 640 or a 6. You probably could be. Or you don't.
Maybe. I don't know. I know some of them are even 700.
For FHA guidelines. So during this pandemic, it has changed that much. So it's important for folks that are thinking of FHA to actually go and move through and actually get their credit score to a point where it's really is, where it's 650, 660, right?
Yeah.
So I think for those of you who are not, who are 600, you may want to kind of build that score. And are we saying that's just due to COVID-19 and the many layoffs that's going on? And
yeah, I think that it really is temporarily. I know that we even as Devon Bank has even suspended some of our own products and some of we always participated in Down Payment Plus. We have participated in IDA, and right now we're holding off on it because we're big enough to lend and we're still small enough to care, but we're at capacity. And and believe it, we're growing in our lending department. We are actually still during this time hiring processors. Yes, we're hiring processors, we're hiring closers because that's how busy. Thankfully, we're very fortunate to be so busy right now, and we still have great interest rates, where people are finding us and word of mouth, and then just referrals, and it's been great. But
so you guys are getting a load of refinancing right now.
It is right, exactly. So that's really where we're mainly busiest, but that doesn't mean
you're still doing a lot of purchases also.
We are incredibly, people were asking, well, how I'm going to wait, but no, this is the best time, I think. And I was going to ask you that. you know, how is it changing for you guys or for the people that are looking to buy?
Well, we've found out here that we've actually have more inquiries now than in January. I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at some of our numbers, and we have our inquiries is up about 50% about people who wanted to buy. So we are a little busier because rates are lower, and we're looking at about, I mean, what are rates? 3.5, 3.3? Where's rates today? And so that's
Um,
what we talked about to some of our buyers. And some of our
yeah.
buyers, I have people coming, to be honest, I have people coming to town that are looking at Chicago and says, hey man, you know, you guys are still a great market, so we'd like to buy. So we're actually meeting with people to purchase. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, our staff is
Mm-hmm.
literally always on the go. And now I'm gonna tell you something, what I found out is that some of the properties that have not been sold are really blowing off the market because the inventory is low.
Mm-hmm.
So we've gotten contracts on properties that's been sitting, that's kind of been juggling, and we're trying to get them sold and advertised. And it's like now it's like 3-4 people who want to buy. We don't have the inventory, right? As far as I looked at the last inventory was down about 27% total overall in the industry.
Yeah.
So some places have lesser inventory than some, and that's and back to your question, how we're doing. We find that most of our listings are selling because of the inventory in the market.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you asked that question because that's something that you know, people need to know. So I like the fact that you're saying that the FHA market has changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of our clients are FHA, right?
Mm-hmm.
FHA. So we want to be able to let them know, hey, there's an issue going on. You know, you got to raise your credit score, correct?
Correct.
Now,
And something that buyers should also understand is that normally an FHA had always been a little of a lower interest rate versus a conventional, and that's not the case right now. We are seeing changes in that where we see not too long ago, I had a customer she's a first time home buyer. And, you know, even though she wasn't able to participate in the down payment plus or in the IDOF, different guidelines, she was able to lock in at 3% on a 30-year fix. That was unheard of. I think that's the lowest I've ever seen a 30-year fix on. And then she was able to lock that one in on a home ready, I think. So we're still have like home ready, home possible, you know, Fannie 97, that we still have that. We just don't have.
So you still have like a 3% down.
Yes, and we still have our internal grants for first time home buyers. So yeah, so we still have.
So this is important. So for someone who wants to come to Devon Bank and has a 620 or 630 credit score, can they be conventional?
Yes, they could. And keep in mind that we still have portfolio loans. So if it, you know, if it makes sense, and let's say that the customer doesn't have, and I want to make sure that, you know, we talk about this as case by case. So if a customer is looking to put 20% down payment, we don't need to look for an approval for a private mortgage insurance at that point. So this customer may qualify for a portfolio loan, meaning a loan that is kept at home, and it's kind of like our own guidelines. So there's, you know, we look, if it doesn't fit the box, we can still look at it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to follow those guidelines. If it makes sense, there is a possibility that it's like an exception.
So I just want to explain to folks, when it's portfolio, you guys, they come and they pay you the mortgage, not they go pay Chase or whatever, or any other banks. They in the bank and pay you. And pay, I mean, if it's a portfolio loan, you get it from Devon, you pay back Devon Bank. That's what portfolio is, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. And so, are there any other changes that you think, other than the fact that the credit score has gone up, and some of the lenders are not there anymore for FHA? Is there any changes that you think, especially the first-time buyers, should know about when it comes to this COVID-19 situation? Has anything else that they may need to know?
Well, that there's not going to be a lot of face-to-face meetings. It's mainly going to be, you know, online, over the phone, and but we're hoping to get back the products that we didn't have. We're still looking. It doesn't mean that, like I said, it doesn't mean that everybody discontinued these products. But as soon as, I mean, it's a matter of staying in touch, you know, getting our information online. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question right there.
Yeah, well, no, because, you know, I mean, for us, I can say we have changed the way we do things. And I know
Mhm,
you guys basically haven't done a lot of changes because you were basically working from home at the time.
mhm.
But I'm just looking at whether or not, other than the FHA products, on the FHA, you know, guidelines, I just need to know if there's anything else that our clients will need to know. You know what, I'm going to go with the Devon Bank. I know they've changed, but I know I can do this. I can still do a conventional grant. I can still do I can still get you know, a conventional 3% loan. I mean, that hasn't changed, correct?
Right. No, we still have a 3% down payment for a conventional, for a single family condo, townhome. Anything over that, so a 2-unit will require a 20% down payment until we have back an FHA product. But no, the rest of it, like a single family, everything that is 1 unit, yes, we still have those other products that we can help and assist customers with.
I was gonna ask, which I haven't heard, but I was just gonna ask anyway. FHA guideline as opposed to the amount hasn't changed, right? Do,
Right. No. Yeah, that is still the same.
so the single family home and the two, what are those, so folks can know, what are the cap for purchase on a single family home and in the 2 flat?
So there's the cap. I guess we're confusing that with like a jumbo loan. A jumbo loan will
Yeah,
be
like if someone wants to, what's the cap on a single family home that FHA would approve? I mean, like 200,000, 250, a 3 flat, like 3 something,
510,400.
510,000
So
for a
anything
2 flat,
under that loan amount, you're still a conventional for a single family.
for a single
And
family.
yeah, so for a 2-unit, it will be a higher loan amount even. So we're okay.
Oh my God. So I thought it was like, you know what? And I'm glad you're the mortgage person. So family home is 510,000 FHA will allow.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
I mean, so and that's one of the things I wanted to ask you to, just to make sure that, you know, FHA had not reduced their amount of purchase. You know what I'm saying? They have not reduced their
Mm-hmm.
to you can actually go ahead and get a loan.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I think we've that's a great thing in that people can, because as far as I know, for me, people are still purchasing homes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we have not, or Devon Bank, since we don't have the FHA program, you guys don't have it. You do have the conventional program, so you don't, and it's actually 3% is not 3.5, correct? 3%.
I'm sorry?
The convention is 3%, not 3.5.
Correct. It's 3%. Yes. Well, that's for first-time home buyers, I should say. And if you're not a first-time home buyer, it'll be 5%.
Now, in this COVID-19, I wanted to ask a question because at the same time, Devon Bank, you guys teamed up with Evie, I think, from,
Mm-hmm.
and so, you know, we have been sending people over there and helping them get their credit. I mean, I'm assuming that during this time, you'll have some issues with credit.
So, and that's something great to inform customers. Let's say that, you know, especially right now, if you have the time, why not work on your credit? And why not work with a housing agency that there's no cost for it, right? So the best thing will be, you could email Leroy, you could email myself, we can forward your information to Evie from Northwest Side Housing Center. And then what we do is, basically she will do a soft pull to your credit and see what are the areas that you need to work on and help you work in those areas and increase your credit score. But yes, they are also working remotely. So everybody, the financial coaches in the Northwest Side Housing Center, Evie from the Northwest Side Housing Center as a pre-purchase counselor is also working from home. So the world hasn't stopped. We're still, I mean, we probably stopped for a few days, but actually we did it.
That's one of the things I wanted to encourage folks. If you do have some credit issues, feel free to call us. We will refer you to the people because we've been doing that, and we will help you. Well, Eve from Northwest Side Housing will go ahead and or whoever Gabby feels fit, because I just formed the Gabby, and Gabby will tell you exactly who you need to go to. Some of them go to Evie, and some go to I think Maddie
Morales from
Yeah,
Spanish
some,
Collection
and
too. Yeah.
and so they will help you kind of put your credit together. And so once we get out of this pandemic situation, and I want to ask a very quirky question because I'm not sure if this is even going to apply this time. And I know that some people will have issue on her credit. Do you have any idea how the bank, let's say those persons go back to work, do you have any ideas how the bank will handle, let's say you've been great with your credit report and, for some reason, February, March, you kind of goes a little haywire because of course, you lost your income. Any idea? And this is just future question. Any idea if the bank will look and say, hey, my gosh, we knew you were off these 2 months. Have you guys talked about how you'll handle these first 2 or 3 months that so many people are out of job if they go back to it? Just a question that came to my mind.
Yeah. I don't. I think that, I guess it'll be case by case. But it's kind of expected that some people, are temporarily out of work. I'm assuming that a letter of explanation will be fine if they're going back to the same employer. But we will have to find out. I can get that information. That's a good question. I can talk to my underwriter and then get back to you. Yeah,
I think we should talk about that because we had some people who were trying to buy and lost it. As a matter of fact, we had we have a couple deals where they have a job and it's like when they underwrite, you still work, like no, and so people are put in a position. So that was a question. How would that work? You know what I'm saying? If you can explain, okay, I'm back to work in August. But you kind of messed up a little bit, March, April, May, June, or June, whatever I'm saying. How would so that's something that I think.
Well, I think that if the credit score is still there, and we're able to verify their employment at the time that we're in the process of purchase or the refinance, and they're back full time. They have a letter of explanation, and the credit score is okay. I think that the credit history with those late payments, we kind of, I think that it'll, that's just my opinion.
That's something towards the table later. How can they get a hold of you? And I'm glad for you to log on to us. How can they get a hold of you for if they want to connect with you?
Yeah, if they have any questions, they can call me. Actually, my cell phone is 312-488-9307. It's actually best by email, and that's G, like my first name, my last name, Roman, ROMAN, at devonbank.com.
So we get a hold of Gabby at G Roman. That's the best way to get a hold of her. That's the best way I get a hold of her because she's always busy, right? G Roman at devonbank.com. Again, this is Leroy Mills Realty. And as for those of you who log on to the end, please click the link below, subscribe, and you'll get more and more people in your community who's very important, who's very helpful in bringing to you the news of the day, what's happening in the industry. And we look forward to talking to you more. Click the link below, subscribe, like us, and share us. Again, it's Leroy at Mills Realty. Gabby, thank you for sharing your valuable information with us. And we will talk real soon again. We'll have you back on for any other updates.
And hopefully next time I can have a guest where we can add valuable information for the community, for current homeowners and people who are looking to become homeowners, information of people who are buying, what do they have to do or what should they do after they close? Like what are the follow-ups for home insurance, tax appeal, and all that good stuff. So thank you. And we'll be in contact here.
Absolutely. Realty and Devon Bank. We look forward to hearing from you more, Gabby, soon. Thanks again,
Okay.
and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Be safe. Bye-bye.